So this week's Rogue Wednesday deck is a deck I've been meaning to get around to for quite a while. It's Ephara, God of the Polis, and so what you're looking to do here is you got Ephara, which draws cards whenever a creature enters the battlefield, the previous turn. So you want like flash creatures and stuff like that, and you want like value creatures that come into play and get you cool stuff. And then you want like planeswalkers that put creatures into play, because that'll trigger Ephara too, and that guarantees if you got one in play, you can get the Ephara trigger every turn. And then if you got a flash creature, you can flash something on their end step and then draw a card on your turn, so that you get a lot of value that way. I did a little bit of pre-testing with this deck, and I found that it was pretty bad against counter spells because there's not many creatures at 1 and 2 mana. They're just, we're not playing black, so we don't have Mesmeric Fiend and anything like that. So there's not really any enter this battlefield creatures at 1 or 2 that are really worthwhile. There's not really anything flash. You don't want Containment Priest because of all the tokens. Actually, Containment Priest works with tokens, doesn't it? It's still, there's quite a few things that we would put into play without, if we Monumentary Blink, it would get exiled by Containment Priest. So Containment Priest is probably one of the only flash creatures that's worthwhile, that's that cheap, except Deputy and White Main Lion. Deputy can be played without bouncing a creature. White Main Lion requires bouncing a creature. Just make sure you're aware of that. But yeah, so that's kind of the idea. Is basically you just want to go to Value Town and draw a bunch of cards with the Ephara. As I was saying though, because it was so bad against counterspells, I added a bunch of cheap counterspells and stuff like that. So maybe you have to wait an extra turn, but Spell Snare is an important piece for countering 2 mana counterspells. And then Force Spike and Daze and Spell Pierce and Dispel. And then there's, a bunch of other counter spells to help deal with things, and some removal and stuff like that. And then you've got removal in the way of Fairgrounds Wardens, Banisher Priest, and Fiend Hunter. Fiend Hunter is the only one that you can exile with Momentary Blink in response, and that makes it permanently exiled, and then you can hit another creature. But a lot of times people will exile their commander. They'll just put it in the command zone, and then you can bounce this again. It does any of them, and get that value all over again. So we'll give the deck a try. Let's see how it goes. All right, we got a game. We're on the play. Mulligan this. I guess we keep this against Thrasios and Bruse Tarl. Interesting. We'll keep. We don't want another land. I think we'll crack this right away and get a Hollow Fountain. And we got another land anyways. That's fine. I probably should have played the Marsh Flats and cracked that again, because 5 lands is about the limit of what we could need, at least in the near future. Alright, he tithes. He gives God his first 10%. Which is interesting because you're actually taking land. Alright, so it doesn't look like we need to worry about a counterspell here. He has to discard the Tundra. Oh man, that is one outstanding card. And since we don't even have to worry about Daze. It's just Force of Will, and there's no playing around Force of Will really. Spell Pierce doesn't do it. Let's just go ahead and play this excellent card. Could have Council's Judgment or something like that. And there it is. Not really any playing around that. It's very fortunate for him. Let's go ahead and... it's not as mana efficient. There it goes. But it's quite good. I think we can just grab the Jit, play the Jit. The other ones are pretty good too, but the Jit's got to be good. So it is a little more mana efficient. We don't get to leave up spell snare. If he just leaves up Thrasios, or if he just plays Thrasios, that means we can equip the Jip and attack. Thrasios only has 1 power. Nope, you know, he's got another land. Young Peasy. Alright, I kind of wish we had, I mean, I'll trade the Stoneforge for Young Pyromancer. Oh, we don't get that option. Alright, Gideon's good. But I think Blade Splicer and equip the Jet is better. You gonna Wrath or something? No, I don't care about the other guy. I'm not sure how that attack makes sense. I guess we'll find out. Alright. Yeah. It's fine. Let's play Gideon. And make a token. So he's missing every color but black. So we can't have Vindicate or anything like that. So I already played Council's Judgment. There's other answers. None that spring to mind right now. Creatures are, of course, the natural counters, the natural counter to Planeswalkers. But Jit is the natural counter to creatures. Alright. You got Anissa? We'll spell snares to Thrasios. So equip the Jit. If he blocks, we only need 1 counter to kill Nissa. Play Ephara and make a token, which lets us draw a card. We've seen this forest. Yep, and it gives us a GG. This is pretty hard to combat. Alright. Alright, we got another game. We are on the play. Playing against Breya. Alright. It's a hand. I doubt this deck has a good matchup against Breya. Nevermore might help. Shit's pretty good. Palace Jailer. I've had bad experiences with Palace Jailer and Breya because of those 2/1/1s. It gets really hard to fight the Monarchy game. Maybe if we can get this Nevermore to stick. It's not the easiest task in the world. Legit stuck. Volcanic Island and okay. Not sure why you got Volcanic Island instead of Steam Vents if you weren't going to use the mana. Going for an artifact. If we can stick the Nevermore here, that would be pretty good. Breya does have answers to Nevermore. Quite a few of them. But, should slow him down a bit. Doesn't matter a lot which land we use. No, thank you. Not sure. I guess it depends on what he does. If we try to stick the Ephara versus Cryptic Command. And Jace. Alright, well. Targeting me. Do we just run out the Palace Jailer blank? We'll only be at 4. I'm gonna try it and see what happens. He can bounce it. Now we'll be at 6. Alright. Better that than He is going for the ultimate on Jace there. I am a creature-based deck. Colonnade is really good there. I'm going to try this. If he counters it, that's fine. Alright, doesn't counter it. Obnixilis. Is he still targeting me? Yeah. It doesn't matter as much with the monarchy in play. Let's see. Target player, whenever player draws a card. Let's go after Jace. Set back some of that work he's been doing. Alright, Heliod. Heliod's a bit tough to answer. Still targeting me. Heliod would put me at 5. Puts a card on top. Looks like he thought about that one for a second. Alright. So he's netting some cards too. Yeah, I don't think it would work to go after his life total. That's a 5-turn clock. By then, he can ultimate both of these. Well, he can't quite ultimate Jace. What is this? Another Planeswalker? Can I get some creatures in my creature-based deck? Destroy all lands. Oh my god. That's a pretty big beat. We do at least still have a bunch of lands in our hand. And another land. There are creatures in my deck, I swear. Most of them will cost 3 mana or more. There are a few 2-mana creatures. Of course, he can just kill him with the Obnixilis. Alright, let's play the Delta. Now we have to discard a card. Oh, this Ghostly Flicker. Well, True Name Nemesis is pretty good. I don't think he wants to ultimate just yet. That Jace ultimate is getting pretty scary. Up Nixless ultimate doesn't scare me as much. It's still pretty deadly. Why remand this? 100%, yeah. So this looks like a Breya Super Friends deck. It's very interesting. Unless that's just the part of his deck that he drew. No. No, actually the Archaeomancer can get back the Ghostly Flicker. Can't kill that. Well, he can. It's actually a few ways. Probably getting Ob Nixilis ultimated. And I'm drawing a lot of cards. Oh, Jay's Brainstorms. That's pretty good. I think we're dead. I can try and fight it out. He's got the Kaya too. And an answer for True Newness. Okay. Yeah, no. That's all she wrote. Alright, we got another game we are on the play. Playing against Teneb, the Harvester. Interesting. Marginally keepable hand. I think we can keep it. So this is Abzan. Plays a tapped land. We will play our own tapped land. And draw a Flooded Strand and say go. Actually, should we just Jit? I should probably just Jit. I don't know what he's going to be playing. Maybe I shouldn't underestimate. I do have the Daze. It's not great. He's playing something. Marble Diamond. Okay, I'm not going to Daze that. Alright. And here he's pretty decent. Bit expensive. Do we just run out of Ephara here? It's got a lot of mana going on here. Let's go for it. What do you have? Mana Tithe? Crumble. Okay. I couldn't have countered that anyways. No, thank you. Alright. So... Alright, that doesn't worry me a whole lot. Teneb does a bit. Put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield. I think I have to wait a turn to play Nahiri. It's just a big 6/6 dragon. Really want to draw a card, but that's cool. Is it a colorless? Yep, it's colorless. That's neat. Well, now if he draws a land, our Force Spike doesn't do anything. Alright, well that's a card. Would have been nice if we'd been able to attach a Jit to it, but we cannot, alas. Heliod's pretty good. Alright, you got a sad robot. Yeah, I block. Gonna have some trouble dealing with this Teneb. No. And then does Revelark do anything? Not yet. I guess it protects our Planeswalker a bit. Looks pretty good. Sorin. Alright. Well, I don't want to lose a Revelark for no value, so I'll block like that. Power Stone is fine. Better Skull. Let me put in equipment for your hand or graveyard in the... Oh, it's from graveyard too? Man, I should read my own cards, huh? We can attack Soren with this. Shoot things down. And we can't force spike that. Dang it. Alright. Illegal targets, okay. I needed that to up my devotion too. What do we... Let's just name God here. We could just play a Batter Skull. Is that better than the... Yeah, probably. You'd have to exile the Batter Skull itself. Otherwise, we can just Nahiri. Alright, he's looking to crumble it, and then attack Nahiri for, 5. That would do it. So click. I mean, we didn't know what he had. Oh, we didn't. Pump up his Planeswalker. That was a mistake. I'm pretty sure. You got something else? Oh, Vines of Astwood. Okay. That's just a great card. It does everything we want it to do right now. Can even kill Teneb. And we get a Force of Will? That's outstanding. I don't know, maybe that was wrong. I kind of want a Vendilion Clicks to pressure this Soren. Alright, okay, I don't need to pressure the Soren. He just went straight for the me sacking a token. I'll take 2 to Elspeth here so that I can get a token. It has a JIT on it. Elspeth outpaces the Honden quite handily. Let's start by equipping this. And then the JIT helps a lot as well. Let's equip a JIT to one of them and say go. Draw another land. That's actually pretty good. Pitch Force Spike. I don't think he can even attack here. Yeah, we don't need to use the tokens. Sacrifice one of those. And then let's just get in here and here. Oh, yeah, he can block pretty freely. Well, yeah, let's kill it. I don't really care about my own token. Do I want a recruiter? I think I'd rather leave that as a surprise. Let's play Heliod. I think now's the time for Heliod. Yeah, I should have done that before combat, probably. And then equip this thing. We're drawing a lot of cards here. I don't care about that. We could click our ourselves. Since we know 2 of his cards are for us, if he plays a spell here, Alright, yep, that's the game. We could also, now that we know that he has the Ruinous Path, we can click that. And we won. Alright, we got another one. We are on the play. And we're playing against Sidisi. We have 1 land. Let's mulligan. Alright. Colorless lands. Colorless. Still 2 lands. I think we have to keep this. We get a scry. That's fine. Elemental fairy. Let's wait before deciding what we're going to name here. Although the sower probably doesn't do anything against... Oh, it's that Sidisi. Never mind. I was thinking of the mono black Sidisi, the combo deck. I just read the name but it's the zombie one. So sower does do something. Alright, I'm not particularly worried about that. I love me some Whisperwood Elemental. Sacrifice a swamp and a forest, return it to play. Come on, land. Alright. Is it God or Fairy? Same God. I don't know if it's right. It's hard to say, really. Play the sword. Two of his key colors that it has protection from. Maybe the fairy was right. Alright, he's got a Reclamation Sage. That's unfortunate. Alright, now we really need a land. That is not a land. It's hard to say that I shouldn't have kept that 6. Maybe I should have gone down to 5. It's a hard thing to do. Alright, that's a land. Do we play Argon? He gets to Sidisi. Make a token. Let's go for it. Maybe we'll draw an island and we can sour it. Transmute for 2. Alright. Liliana's Mastery is quite good. Not sure what this transmute for 2 does for him. Alright, he took the lands and the transmute. Not surprising. Yep, and not a whiff. He gets a 2/2. We take some more damage. The planes. All right. We can path this, then you can just cast it again. We can Rebel Arc, which blocks a few things and draws us a card. I think we Rebel Arc. So far, Rebel Arc's been pretty lackluster in that we've cast it twice for 0 value. Fatal Push doesn't kill it. Ulcerate does. Alright, it's just swamp cycling, or cycling. Alright. Alright, and that's another cycle. Oh jeez, so we've seen these. These are in the graveyard. Bloodstained Mire's in the graveyard. Trib Memories in his hand. Choke Estuary we played. Swampy's played. And these two are in the graveyard. Seems you might be worried that we're actually going to block. Oh, jeez. That's a pretty big blowout. Alright, and he attacks with nothing. That's pretty good for us. We can't cast that. We can't cast anything. Man, this is awful. Creature card from your graveyard. Ugh. So I guess let's cycle this. And a land. Okay. Okay. Let's sower his dude. And also draws us a card. Do we attack? Yeah, let's attack. Alright, Force of Will. That's great. No, I don't think I want that to happen. It's a little risky that he might be able to kill Sidisi, but we can Flicker Wisp the... if he kills the Sower, we can Flicker Wisp the Revel Arc and then get the Sower back. Alright. Got a 3/3 zombie. Do we block with Sidisi here? No, let's take 3. Diregraph Colossus. It's a 6/6. Sordid Fire and Ice versus Elspeth. Fire and Ice kills the Diregraph and leaves us with a white open to path something. I'm thinking, I don't know if he has a Force of Will or a Daze or something. Let's put it on the Sower and leave the Revel Arc back to block. Do we want to attack with this thing? No. Well, we could path this guy. And then he could, like, multiple block. We don't have that many. Well, it gets... Yeah. Yeah. It gets creatures into our graveyard. No, it doesn't. For Revel Arc is what I was thinking. Yeah, we wanted him to block like that, so we can just path it. If I path before that, he might have double blocked with something else. Let's kill this guy. And draw Fiend Hunter. That's pretty good. Whip of Erebos. Well, that's awful good. you getting back? Alright, the Baloth. Oh, to your hand. Okay, that's pretty good. Not gonna lie. The Whisperwood Elemental. Yeah, that's really good. We can Fiend Hunter the Whisperwood. I'm surprised we've come this far, though. Like, we were way behind. We're still really constrained on mana. Alright, he's not casting the Whisperwood. Oh, he wants to get in for damage? I mean, I block this guy. Alright, so... let's attack with these two guys. We get to draw a card off the sword. Alright, we hit a Stoneforge Mystic. That is extraordinary. We pick a trigger. Let's go with that guy. We finally hit another land. We could flicker with this, get just the Stoneforge Mystic, or we could play a Planeswalker. Let's play a Planeswalker. Yeah, we're not going to tech edge anything. I could have attacked with Ephara. It's probably better to block with Ephara. I don't know. Alright, another land. A white land, more importantly. Still keeps us at only 3 white lands with 3 double white spells in our hand. Oh, Reclamation Sage on the sword. That makes sense. That's why he attacked with it. I forgot about the... Alright. I guess I could have taken 1 damage and just blocked the Wayfinder. Alright, then let's not worry about the Stoneforge Mystic then. Alright, Talisman. With this much mana tapped, I'm not worried about him flipping up whatever he gets with the Whisperwood. At least this turn. It shouldn't be anything too deadly. Oh, I see. We could have not blocked and... Oh, it's still exiled, right? Yeah, okay, it's exiled. So we can go on the that plan. Let's let's Fiend Hunter the Whisper Word and the Elemental. Okay, yeah, you can sack it. That makes sense. And then... do we get in with Gideon, or do we just prepare to block? I wish we could play this Elspeth. I kind of want to attack with Sidisi, but giving it back to him just doesn't seem great. Yeah, let's get in with Gideon. Alright. Kind of played into that a bit. Had to attack with something. How's this work with the beginning of your end step? Exile at the beginning of the next end step. So he gets one token that way. And he gets to attack with it. Stinkweed Imp. Grave Titan. Ooh. That's pretty brutal. Gets 4 zombie tokens with Grave Titan. Shieldred. Alright. This lifelink. Sacrifice Fiend Hunter. Oh my god, that's really good. Well, it's not great. Because this is... as long as it remains on the battlefield, we'd give it right back. We could take Shieldred instead. I don't know. So, we don't really want to attack on the ground because of the lifelink. Well, we're going to play Elspeth no matter what. So we can attack for 6, 12 in the air. And then we can add in 5 on the ground. Does that do anything? 3 on the... no, that doesn't do anything. So let's jump Ephara and only attack in the air. Oh, that's 3 more damage? That does kind of matter, doesn't it? A little bit. Yeah, it spells. Well, that loses us some damage, doesn't it? So I think we want to Eerie Interlude the Rebel Arc at the same time. Oh, that loses. Well, no, yet. Yes. Let's get a Batter Skull, I think. Our life total really matters at this point. Alright, that was a pretty nice little interaction there. It lost us some damage, but we still got him on a 1-turn clock. And his low life total is lower than ours. And we get to take a Sidisi back. And draw a card. Now, Force Spike isn't going to do anything. Jungle Hollow, he gains 1 life, okay. Super surprised we were able to battle through this. It was looking real bleak in the early turns. Definitely don't want to count my chickens before they're hatched. He's got quite a bit of play still. Alright. Going for Forbidden Alchemy. Thinking pretty hard. Not sure what else he's got going here. He can whip something back, gain some life. Clever Impersonator. You gonna impersonate my Sower? Steal Ephara? Exile another target permanent. Oh, I see. Take this Sower. Alright. Are you still dead? Alright, well let's jump Ephara and attack and see if that ends the game. Whew! And it does. That was actually a really good game. That was what do we got here? We got Elvish Mystic and Drownyard Temple. Whew, that was tough. So just a little follow up. He was holding Shred Memory, and he said he made a critical punt. Um, and he hit the shred. He let me keep my Fiend Hunter and my Stoneforge Mystic. I told him I probably would have stolen the Shieldred if I hadn't been able to Fiend Hunter it. I don't know if that changes anything, but it's still interesting to know. You forget, your mind makes mental, shortcuts, and you forget that shred memories. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, the deck was a lot of fun. I said it's easy to forget that the shred memory has text, but all right. So that was fun. All right, we got another game. We are on the draw. I keep getting starting hands like this with just one land. The deck actually has. I actually went up to 40 lands, so it just must be bad draws. All right, I'm not keeping this. Oh, you've got to be kidding me! I've got to keep this. And scry anything non-land. All right, it's a land. What are we playing against? Baral. All right, that should be interesting. This could not possibly be a good matchup after mulliganing to 5 and hardly having any lands and him on the play. But we'll see. As I said, the deck is 40% land. Alright, he's probing us. I feel violated. I can see all my cards. He knows that it was a pretty tough keep. I mean, at some point we have to play the plains, and I don't know if we lead him to believe that we didn't. So if we draw an island, we still can't tap this for blue mana. So no matter what, counterspell's offline for at least another turn. I guess if we get a Tundra or a Hallowed Fountain or something like that, then counterspell's online. But he's playing Baral right now. He's not? How strange. Alright. Pretty critical that we draw a land on our next turn. I don't know why he didn't play Baral. We're going to remand it. Maybe he was worried we drew a force spike. Alright, a land is great. I think we play Thassa. Try to set up our draws. Hope he doesn't have Daze or Force of Will. Alright, that's the sticks. Getting in for one. Makes sense. Scry. I need to land more. Not a land. Alright. I swear this deck is 40% lands. Alright, a land. Not playing into anything right now. We'll just take our beats. He knows we have Counterspell. We know nothing about his hand. What is this? Factor Fiction? Alright, I'm going to let that happen. It actually breaks even on cards. It's good card selection. But we got this continuous card selection. Yeah, we'll take it. Probably stop taking lands at this point. Preferring counter spells. He's got a lot of mana though. He's almost certainly going to be able to out-counter us. So it's not a great... Maybe we just want creatures that do stuff. Yeah, let's take that. It has flash. I think I do flash it in on his instep. It lets him counter it. He's gonna counter it. Yeah, we'll take our one. Not worried about that. I don't want to give him a chance to recast it. He's thinking. I imagine it's just about which counterspell to cast. Desertion. Oh, that's brutal. That I did not expect. Bouncing our Thassa is pretty critical. Oh, a land, huh? Okay. Do I want that? Do I want that? I'm trying to decide what I want to do. Yeah, let's take it. Let's play 3 life. See what we can get with this. I think it's just a plains because yeah. I don't think we counter a counter spell on this. Except for memory land. Well, we can scry it to the bottom. Okay. We'll let that one slide. Take 3 damage. Starting to get kind of low on life. You can probably counter this. I don't know what he gets, but I don't want to find out. Guess we get to find out. What's coming, buddy? Now, creatures are mostly pretty cheap. I don't know what you get. Teferi? Teferi's pretty good. Muldrifter. Those are my guesses. Heliod, you can't do anything with. Hero Bladehold's quite good. Palace Jailer, Archaeomancer. Those are all very good. Click us. Interesting. Probably, is he clicking us? Yeah. Gideon dies. Jace dies. We just shuffled my library. Why is there a Phyrexian Metamorph on top? Let's not worry about that right now. Let's click him. Or we could copy the Venser and copy the click, and bounce the click. Yeah, let's do that. Probably going to cycle this miscalc. I think I'd rather have a card than worrying about him drawing a card there. I'll block Venser. Alright, Command Tower is actually pretty good. I'll scry a land at the bottom. Ojitize command. Counter target creature spell. Turn target creature card with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Gain 4 life. Draw a card. I don't see that being very good. And then of course we draw a land. It's actually pretty good land. We could get our god out and then click him on his turn. Chances are our click doesn't resolve, but our god does. Let's go for it. I'm kind of just hoping this Gideon resolves. Alright, he's paying costs. So it's a counter spell. Mystic Confluence. Nope. So we'll scry anything we can't cast to the bottom. Looking for something we can cast before Gideon. Oof. That's not great. Definitely scrying that to the bottom. Blade Splicer. That's pretty good. So let's splice some blades. Hope he doesn't have 2 counter spells. He probably does. At this point, he could be pretty close to a polymorph or a... Alright. Does he? He's paying costs. Jeez. Case, unless I paid 3, he actually cast Complicate. Okay. Brutal, brutal, brutal. Can no longer blame my mulligan on this. Like, this is about how you would expect it to go. I said the deck's going to have a hard time against counterspells. I added some counterspells to help up that, but when you're playing against a deck with like a critical mass of counterspells like this deck, it's going to be hard to get through them and get anything resolved. You draw it. There it is. We do have outs. And we've got a scry. There's the Emrakul. Not a fan of that art. I like the original. Alright, scry. Spell Queller doesn't do it. Memory Lapse does not do it. If we sacrifice 6 lands... Alright, we'll just call it. We tried. It's a hard deck to beat with this deck because our creatures are more expensive. We don't have a lot of cheap creatures to try and get under the counter spells. And I mean, the mulligan and the lack of early interaction didn't help, but I'm not going to blame that. It's probably a pretty bad matchup. Got another game. We are on the draw, playing against Skullbriar. Interesting. True Name Nemesis is pretty good. Let's go ahead and keep this. You could just edict the True Name Nemesis. So I don't know. We're getting hit for one here. Skullbriar can be pretty tough to deal with. A lot of lands. I don't know, I think we kind of have to go for it. He's probably just going to... Alright. That's pretty good. Probably just have removal for the recruiter anyways. I don't think we can spend too many more turns. I mean, I guess we could end step. No. Guess we'll just find out. Alright, Winding Constrictor. Two basic land cards. Blocking clearly. I kind of want to play Ephara. It's a little risky. We could recruit someone from the guard, or we can click. I don't know if we click on his draw step, if we click on his end step. Let's click on his draw step. I'm worried about a Planeswalker here. I know they play quite a few of them. Jit, Hero's Downfall. We're going to have trouble dealing with the Jit. We're going to have trouble dealing with the... why didn't it... I hate it when it does that. The dragon. I forget his name. Can't exactly double block, I don't think. I guess that forces the removal. Alright, so he's gonna use the removal anyways. that's pretty good. Don't think we have time to play Ephara yet. Forgotten Ancient. Whenever a player casts a spell, we can't quite Recruiter the Guard for Palace Jailer yet. I don't know if we want Palace Jailer. Might be a little bit dangerous. You can't cast anything in combat anymore. You sure that's what you want? Alright. Don't have to worry about any tricks here. I guess he could deal us 1 damage after combat. Let's play that and sack it. Is Ephara online? Ephara is online. That's fine. I still don't think we're in a position to attack. I just don't want to take any risk. He could kill Teferi and then Ephara's offline. Teferi feels pretty good here. Playing the dragon? Alright. I might have to Palace Jailer that. I'm going to go for that play. Oh, I can cast creatures with flash, can't I? Let's grab Palace Jailer and say go. I feel like I want to start attacking at some point. No. Oh, Metamorph? That's pretty good. You sure you want to do that? He's going for the big flying attack. We lost our monarchy on our turn, but we gain another card draw anyways. And the element of surprise, in quotes, because it's not really that much of a surprise. Alright. Beginning of your keep. Alright. That's interesting. Oh, that's awesome. Let's do so much of that. Steal the Skullbriar. And let's get in now. We can't even really get in with the 6/5, can we? Let's just get in with that guy. Alright. I mean, I guess we could have Phyrexian metamorphed and stole another creature. Alright, Elspeth seems good. Man, this card draw engine is pretty nuts. Alright, puts him on the Recruiter. And on the Ancient. Alright, Dark Confidant. You got it. Barrels. Sacrifice a creature to regen him. Each creature in your graveyard has Scavenge. There's only the Winding Constrictor for 2/3. Alright, so I don't need to hold up Force Spike here. Oh, no. Because of Teferi. So let's steal another creature. And he can't respond to this in any way. Onto other creatures so I can distribute these. Oh, I forgot this thing. I should have put him almost all on that, because like there's nothing he can do about that. Whereas he might be able to kill those, and he actively wants to kill them. Alright, let's attack. Let's go on the big attack. I guess we can attack with a Recruiter. That's going to do a lot of damage. Oh, he just F2'd it? He just, no blockers? Or is it still assigning blockers? Alright, and yeah, that was a lot of damage. He probably should have assigned blockers, but we were rolling away with that game really, really fast. So, alright. Alright, got another game. We are on the play. playing against Alesha, who smiles at death. And we need to mulligan again. This hand looks fine. Fencer's probably pretty good. I don't want another land, but we got a few turns to draw that. Let's play this land tapped. Pyrite Spellbound. That's interesting because it's not a creature. Chains and Mephistopheles. Wow. Let's remand that. That card's very bad for us. Let's get it out. Well, let's stop on his draw step. Yeah. Wheel of Fortune, and Chains of Mephistopheles. That we can deal with. That we can deal with. I don't like the Demonic Tutor, but all right, that's fine. Tutor? Oh, Thalia. Okay. We can't cast this Daze, but getting Ephara down is pretty good. Oh, it's haste. Alright. So it looks like he's going on a beatdown plan. Do we want to? Yeah, I think we can afford to Muldrifter here. Fiend Hunter's pretty good. Can't cast Elspeth yet. Cast a non-creature spell. Okay. Alesha or Eidolon or Signet. Okay. Alright. Do we want to do any hunting of the fiends? Yeah, that's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, let's kill the Scab Clan. Yes, please. And then, do we attack? We're not gonna block with Muldrifter anyways, so yeah, we'll attack. Alright. Mana Leak and Miscalc. All very good. Let's counter that. attack here. Drawing a land's pretty darn good. Let's go on the Elspeth plan. And then let's attack here and here. Recruiter, all right. Not sure. Oh, Magus the Moon. Oh, that's pretty good. I don't know if it. Well, that was a pretty good draw. It's a good start, anyways. Let's attack. Do we sacrifice 2 of them to attack here? No, let's wait a turn on that. Let's make some tokens. And I think we do want to Flicker Wisp the Muldrifter here. Alright. Drawing so many cards. Wheel of Fortune. Let's miscalc. Or do we? There we go. Play one more. There we go. Miscalc. Let's daze that, turn an island, pay a mana. He's just too far down on cards. Like we paid 2 cards to get rid of that, but that would have netted him 4 cards and alright, well that's pretty good. Let's play this. Let's attack with a bunch of creatures. Alright, seems fine to me. Let's do that. Play Gideon. Oh, it costs an extra mana, doesn't it? And let's make a token. Yep. Okay. That's the -7 on Elspeth pretty much wins it for us right there. Oh, he's at 2 life anyways, even after those blocks. Alright, so we won. So the Ephara engine, once it gets running, is pretty darn amazing. It's really, really good. But I think it's probably a little slow. Ephara costing 4 mana, and then to play the right kind of value creatures, like everything seems to start at 3 mana. So, you know, that's like, it's a pretty slow engine to get going. Once it gets going, it's great, but a lot of the more efficient tuned decks in the format, you're not going to have much success with this because they're just going to get on the ground faster than you are. I also think there's some tension because you need those cheap interactive spells. Like pretty much everything in this 1 and 2 mana slot is just kind of a concession to the fact that you don't have anything that's that cheap, and you can't have creatures do all the work. Venser's great, but it costs 4 mana, and so sometimes you just need Remand, and those are not creatures. And so I had quite a few draws where I just didn't have very many creatures, and I was trying to draw into creatures to make my deck kind of work the way it's supposed to, and that can, there's some tension there. I also think there's a couple of spells that underperformed. The Ghostly Flicker and the Momentary Blink, I actually had like 5 or 6 of these type of cards in my deck initially, but in testing I cut down to 3, and then I think I would just cut down to just the Eerie Interlude. That one has been pretty good. I think that one's pretty decent. It also combos, I believe, with Archaeomancer. Yeah, you can get that right back. The Archaeomancer Ghostly Flicker combo is probably a little too cute for this format, but Eerie Interlude's pretty good because it lets you pick which creatures you want to flicker, and so you can leave your tokens on the battlefield, or it can save you from a wrath. It's not as good as a Momentary Blink on something like Venser to counter a spell or something like that, but it's those cards were just rotting in my hand most of the time. I mean, maybe you can leave Momentary Blink in. I think you definitely cut Ghostly Flicker. Momentary Blink can at least be cast twice, but I still think it underperformed. Eerie Interlude, I think I would probably keep that one spell in and maybe find a couple of creatures to put in its place or something like that. So other than that, it was an extremely fun deck. When it goes off, it's just very, very rewarding to just be drawing that many cards. But it's probably a little too slow for the format, unfortunately. So thank you guys for watching. You guys have a good night.